Hey Woods fans, do you want to be gifted something from the item shop to your accounts? All you have to do is use code Woods in the item shop, like the video, subscribe and put on all notifications, and head down to the comments and add a nice comment for the video and then add your epic username at the end. Good luck!
Yo, what is going on everybody? My name is Woods, back with another banger video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to be giving over the best tips to teach you how you can stop losing arena points and then start gaining them so you can go ahead and get yourself to like Champion League or just get yourself up some arena points so then you can start competing in all these tournaments. Trust me, everyone struggles in arena of always getting points, but they also do struggle with how to stop losing the points. So if you guys are intrigued by that, make sure you watch the whole video because I'm going to be going over some tips, and I can guarantee you now, you probably want to listen to me because I have 7,000 points because I'm actually in Champion League and pretty far in. So I have some good tips for you on how to actually get there and actually how to be successful once you get to Champions League. Yeah, I'd advise if you really want to get better, sit down for 10 minutes or however long this video is and just listen to all of the tips and don't come off the video because it really helps me also if you watch 5 minutes plus of my videos. Yeah, guys, if you're going to take anything away from this video, make sure you like it because obviously you did like the tips that I gave you, and subscribe if you want to keep getting better in Fortnite Arena. Make sure you're subscribing because then you can learn something new every day and you can get informed of some more tips. Also, I really appreciate my notification squad. I'll be replying to some of your comments down below. But anyways, let's not waste any more time and get straight into the video.
Okay guys, so the first thing before we actually get into any of the arena games is actually just to practice in creative. Now a lot of people already know this, and a lot of people might not actually do this though. Just 5 to 10 minutes is just free building. Don't worry, we're going to get into the actual tips in just a second, but I just want to make sure that everyone does go into arena. They have practiced in creative for a little bit to warm up their mechanics. Also, there's like maps like this where it's like practices my Mongrel Classic, so you can go ahead and flip over ramps, edit faster, and I'll have this linked in the description so you can try this map out also. But anyways guys, now we're actually on to the arena tips. You guys need to be making sure that you're landing at a spot that you're familiar with and you like the spot and you know where to go and you know where to land and all the chest locations. I'll actually have a video that I've already uploaded that breaks down loads of different spots, the best underrated spots you guys can be landing at, so choose one of these and get familiar with it. Now I know that on this map, on this island that I land on, basically to win the fight you always have to be on this high ground on top of this hill. So what I do is you have to loot up super fast. So my first tip is to loot up really fast. You know, you don't have to fully loot the whole place. Just make sure you loot up, get some guns, and then immediately head to high ground. That's my first tip for you guys to win off spawn battles, is getting on high ground, natural high ground, try and hide from the other person. And then now my second tip is to go ahead and make sure that you 100% are going to hit that headshot when you first shoot a guy. So as you can see there, I lined up and I didn't peek instantly, I just waited around to get that headshot. Now what can you take from this? Well, the fact is to get high ground off spawn and also wait and make sure you can hit a headshot on the first person that lands with you. But not everyone always has one person landing with them, they sometimes have multiple. So that's why of course this tip video is the best on YouTube, so we're going to be covering all the different possible routes. Don't worry, we'll get on to mid game in just a minute and late game and how you can survive those to stop losing points too. But if you do get people landing with you, work out where they're landing and have a number of count of how many people there are so you can remember how many people. So usually there'll be a guy that lands in the middle and then there'll be 2 people that land either side. It's the same with any other spot. Now the middle guy's going to get sandwiched of course, so try and get that middle guy's kill. He will always die the middle guy, so never be that middle guy. Always land on one of the sides of the island on a chest.
Hang on, for the past 4 videos, everyone seems to leave my videos at 3 minutes 30. Can you guys tell me why you're doing that? And if you are about to leave, please do not leave. Comment why you are about to and keep watching the video as it really helps me out. Let's try and bump that number up to 5 minutes, guys, as it helps me get recommended on YouTube. Back to the tips.
Once you get rid of the one in the middle guy, you'll then have a bunch of shield that you can push the other kid with. However, don't ever drop down on the other kid. As you can see that I had high ground, but I didn't drop on him until he went all the way down, and then I could feel comfortable dropping on him. As you can see here, I end up getting his floor, and now I'm not an idiot and I don't edit down. Make sure this is one of the key things in arena that people die to, is W king or getting a bit of an ego and thinking I can just W kill this kid and kill him. Don't. Play it slow and wait for the kid to come to you. Never go towards the other kid. Stay on high ground and things like that. So cut that. So what we can take away from this is basically don't W key into the kid's box, let them come to you, let them break the wall, let them edit, and then pump them in the head when they're not expecting it. That's how you can win when there's a couple people that land with you. So now for the next clip, this is going to be how you can start to survive in the mid game and how to get away from people and how to avoid fights. Because my best tip for you in mid game is to never fight mid game. Fight people at the start when they land with you, and then that's the only time you should really be fighting people that you decide to shoot at. Now in mid game, you do not want to be fighting anyone. There is no point. Loot up and get to end game. You will get barely any points if you fight people in mid game, and it's so risky. So what can you take away from that scenario I just had then is basically I shot at the kid and then I walked away away, and he let me go. And now that's what you want to be doing, is you want to be getting away from people. I didn't push that kid after I shot him. I dipped. I got out of there. And now, obviously, that's not the case for everyone. People sometimes get these idiots that W key you, and they'll never leave you alone. As you can see, I was trying to tell this kid that I did not want to fight him. I was trying to signal to him, I don't want to fight, there's no need to fight. And that's what you guys need to be doing to try and avoid fights. But then sometimes you just get those idiots that have too big of an ego to let you go, and they'll fight you no matter what, and they'll keep spraying you. So in this scenario, keep boxing up, make them think you're an absolute pussy, and then last second, turn around and go for high ground. Because I can guarantee you now, they will not be expecting it, and you can get some easy high ground on them when they do this. So if you get a kid that won't let you go, keep boxing up, act like a pussy, and then when they're not expecting it, quickly go up for high ground and jump on them. I dropped down a little bit here, so I gave myself a disadvantage, but I ended up managing to get myself a nice shot. So what can you take away from this? Basically, if you're in mid-game, if you ever get people that won't let you go, box up, make yourself look like a pussy, let them push you, and then go for high ground. High ground will always win in mid-ground, okay? In mid-fights, okay? And now going into the bit of a mid and late game scenario, you always want to be making sure that you get far into the zone. So rotate as early as possible, as long as you're not getting held by anyone. Try and get into zone as far as you can. Unfortunately, you sometimes get held by kids like this, and he actually originally had high ground, but I managed to do the same technique as last time, and I got on top of him. I was not an idiot though, and didn't just jump in his box. I kept mining his thing and staying on high ground. I was not trying to take his walls, I was coming from above. Finally, I got the floor, and I saw him trying to edit out, and he didn't get out of his box in time, so he was stuttering right there. Now, my next tip is to go ahead and get out of a box in mid-game. As soon as you loot anyone or kill anyone, get out of that box immediately, because in mid-game, people will always W key wherever there's fighting, because they'll think, okay, one person might be low. So the next tip also is not to spray a minigun or SMG for too long. Spray them for a little bit and then move on to a shotgun. So what can we take away from this? Basically, don't spend too long looting in mid-game, because you'll go ahead and get caught out by people. So grab as soon as you kill anyone, no matter even if you don't think people are near you, kill them, grab any essential loot, and get up to high ground and watch around, because I can guarantee you there'll always be one or two kids that will start to head over and see if you are weak. So always get to high ground, and then you can go ahead and prevent them from pushing you. So the next tip is to go ahead and always get away from people and use your launch pads and use your builds. You never want to be in the situation in an arena where you've died and you thought, damn, I still had like 500 mats. I wish I just built. So always have the mentality, don't worry about wasting your mat. Just make sure you're alive and you're taking minimum amount of damage as possible. And if you have a launch pad, use it if you have to. Don't try and save it for endgame and think, okay, I need to save this for endgame. It'll be a waste now. It won't be. Use it, waste it if you must to get away and survive. It's always going to be better to be alive and wasted a launch pad than saving it and then dying, because you don't need to give it away to the person once they're dead, as then it'll be useless for you. Now, the next tip I have is, so if someone's on top of you, leave them, let them do their own thing. But if it's a free kill like this, for example, go ahead and push them. However, unfortunately, I kind of just got railed here, and there's not a lot I can do about that, other than the fact that I shouldn't be holding down and spraying my minigun for so long. Now, what you can do to counter this is just not push the kid. But hey, at the end of the day, linear players are always just going to rail you on a controller, but hopefully they'll be getting patched soon. But hey, at the end of the day, I went from 6,920 to 7,090 points, which actually bagged me a total of 170 points, which really isn't bad at the end of the day, considering we're trying to go up points and not lose them, and 170 points is pretty good progression, and if you start to do that every single game, you're going to go up very quickly. Now we're going to go ahead and break down some things, what I did wrong, and actually where I lose fights, and how I can go ahead and, you know, better myself and not do them in future. So the first thing is, if you ever get in a box and someone's pushing you and they're trying to take your wall, do not heal on them like that. Do not heal on them. Build up for high ground and then heal once you have high ground. Do not sit in the box and try and do it, because I'll just take your wall and destroy you. The next thing here is, don't get greedy for kills. Now, this kid had been bugging me for ages, and I finally got the opportunity to kill this kid, and I got him super weak. However, my ego is too big to let this kid go, and in retrospect, I should have just left him and rotated into zone. As you can see, I was on the edge of zone, and I should have just rotated into zone and left this kid, let him go. I was on max shield, it was fine. However, no, my ego was too big, and I got too greedy, went for the kill, and got killed. As you can see, you just basically just need to not be greedy. Forget about kids, sometimes let them go. The next thing is to not spray for too long once again. I just thought I could outspray him with my SMG there.
Alright, I appreciate you guys watching the whole of today's video. If you have made it this far, go ahead and comment. Let's go ahead and go with orange. So if you've made it to the end of the video, guys, make sure to comment orange. And I'll be hearting your comment and replying down below to let me know that you've actually enjoyed the whole video and you're an absolute true legend. But anyways, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe with notifications, because obviously you've liked the video if you actually made it to the end. And make sure to subscribe because you've obviously found these tips useful with notifications on, guys. And other than that, I guess I will see you all in the next video. Peace.